Yo, this is Black Kid Radio 2, the blackest kid on the radio. Got a podcast with conversations with rappers. This is episode 3, and with a New York MC who goes by the name of Mike.
Hey,
How are you tonight, Mike?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just chilling.
Yeah, thanks for spending the time and having a conversation. For the listeners out there who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been rapping.
Wait, I'm I'm 17. I look very old, though. Yeah, I live in the Bronx right now, and I lived in a lot of places. I was born in New Jersey, then moved to England, and came back to Philly, and then moved to New York.
Mm.
Yeah, and I started rapping I don't know. I was making silly rhymes when I was 9, 7. But once I got to 13, and I realized eventually I'm gonna have to get a career. That's when I started taking it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I started crafting songs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you would say you've been taking it seriously for the past 4 years, or
Yeah,
has it also only been recently?
yeah. I think the past 4 years. Yeah,
Mm. Cause I stumbled upon your music because I listened to Madani and Slauson Malone's I forgot the name of the tape. It's like Grays and Yellows or
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
yeah, and then just I got a chance to listen to Longest Day Shortest Night and like
Or-
I was bumping that for like 4 days straight and
yeah. Thank you, Riz.
you know, it's a great tape.
I appreciate it so much
Yeah,
because
man.
it's something I really put a lot of work into.
Did you have any concept behind that album or
Yeah, so the whole idea with I've dropped 4 projects that like go together. It's basically a seasonal project, and the first project I dropped was Rafa, and then I dropped that in the fall last year, and then I dropped um Winter New York, which I dropped on Winter Solstice, and then I had Jungle Boy, which dropped in the spring, and then Longest Day Shortest Night for the summer.
Hmm.
And the main projects, if you peep, Jungle Boy was 4 tracks, Rafa was 4 tracks, and then Winter New York was 15 tracks, and Longest Day Shortest Night was 15 tracks, and they were both like they were both made to be purposely released on winter solstice and summer solstice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind that? Like, what made you think of that? Because I mean, you don't hear that a lot. It's pretty not unconventional, but it's something you don't really hear artists doing like that. They usually
it
just
it,
pick
it
just
kind of
not. Yeah.
so I was watching. I was reading this book. I forgot what it's called, but it's a play Shakespeare wrote. It's very uh
Yeah,
midsummer,
Midsummer Night or something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was based on the day before summer solstice, and then I just like that whole idea of it and the colors I got from it, and then
Mm.
I did research, and I'm Nigerian, and my my culture or my tribe would be Yoruba, and if you go back into a lot of their talk their practices, they would celebrate the summer solstice and the winter solstice because it was the days where the sun was closest to them or the coldest days and things like that.
So the whole idea was it was very personal and close to you, close
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah, it was kind of finding myself through my music, and also even in the winter, I feel as if Winter New York is a very cold music or very music that makes you feel cozy, and Longest Day Shortest Night was more fast paced and more I think each track was suitable for their time, the weather or just that time of period. Especially if you think of mood, when I went to New York, I was very depressed, and it was also a very cold feeling. Longest Day Shortest Night is me looking toward the brighter path or something. So
You can definitely get a feel of that when you listen to the song. Like 30. I still don't really know what you're saying in 30 stories, but it's up. No one's coming around here.
Oh, facts. That's 40 stops.
40 stops. Excuse me.
Nah, it's all good. Um, basically, I I had a show and it was very late, so I had to go to my friend's house, and it's like I took a train back to my place, which is like 40 stops. I was like just like writing like because it was crazy how the city's connected, and I was just like 40 stops until I depart, and the whole point was like I live in the Bronx, and all the functions usually happen in Brooklyn and Manhattan, and
Mm.
like well, like nobody would come through to the Bronx to like really see something go down, you know. So it's
Like
like
nobody comes around.
nobody's coming around here.
Wow. Let's talk more about New York, because I mean, right now, the state of hip hop in New York since like 2000. I think a lot of New Yorkers hang their hats high on that. It's the birthplace of hip hop, but
Yeah,
I think it's sort of unanimous that the past 10 to 15 years, Atlanta and the South has like ran hip hop or has had the capital for like, mainstream music.
yeah, facts.
And today, in New York, you have like artists like yourself. You guys have like Young M.A. and designers. So there's like different types of sounds. What do you think is the sound of New York, if there is such a thing right now at this moment?
The sound of New York. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to say at the moment, just for the simple fact that like everybody's like influenced by something else, you know. But if there is a sound that I could probably relate with a lot of rappers, but really we base a lot of our music on sound, on noise, or like just like natural noise, not really natural, but mechanical noises, such as like the like movement of a train, and or like even like the talking, the subtle talking that you always hear in the background, and just things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like that's the only thing I could really compare. But
Yeah.
one thing I know is that like a lot of people in the city are just racing. Like everybody's hungry. Like everybody's working really hard to get everything. Like
Would you say I know a stereotype, not a stereotype. When I think of New York, like I think of like old New York heads is just like really just like you just listen to Little Yachty, they just get mad and
I
bump
mean,
Illmatic on their headphones. Is there any sense of like I know being pretty judgmental right now, but
not
from
like
like your generation, is there any like desire of like we need to revive like
about, yeah, I
or
think.
these people just don't really care about that right now?
I mean, certain people care and like certain people don't. I think that there's a good select few of people in hip hop, and they are like working to make new sounds, and that's kind of like what New York is, just discovering new things. But
Hmm.
like there are people like who are like stuck. Like sometimes I don't like saying stuck in the past, but like basically stuck in the past and trying to make like music that's already had its time. And I respect that music. I respect that whole era, but I just don't respect people recycling things and not really trying to like move the music forward or move like the whole creative process to like the next thing. Because like hip hop is gonna be whatever like the people like the creators allow it to be. So you just have to like let it happen, you know, and not force it.
Let it be organic and just
Yeah, exactly.
so. I think one thing that drew me to you most from the tape that I heard was the production, like, and
Right.
same thing with Madani too. Like, you guys both rap very well and like technically, but the beats that you rap over, like, it caught my ear.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Madani. That's really my guy.
Mhm.
He's mad cool. But, beat wise, I don't know. I appreciate originality and like beats and just like it's like kind of like experimenting, but not being so obnoxious with it to like the fullest point.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like my favorite
Can you hear
producers,
me now?
like my favorite producers, I say like Slum Rugglers. His like beats are so. You should listen to his stuff, by the way. But his beats are like so.
Yo, can you hear me now?
They're crafted and like they're just so precise. Like he really puts a lot of thought into it. And like there's like times where he'll loop something and then pull out like subtle keys throughout the loop and like have it pan in and out. It's crazy.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, fact. I hear you.
Yeah, I think something's playing in the background. I think it's just delayed. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. It's all good. Yeah. So talking about how is your upbringing? You said that you were moved around from place to place.
Yeah.
How has that really like affected your music? Not necessarily content wise, but the way you go about making your music sonically.
Yeah. Moving like around is like it could be a really bad thing, but also like a very good thing. I learned to really understand people and like the reason why they do things, and it's not like I was raised in many like different communities, and it's just like you like, for example, like you could go somewhere for a week that you're not from, and then come back like this on a completely different page just because you saw something out there that changed you, or like you were like, oh, this is something new that I could utilize for myself, like being in England, this and that, like the scenery out there is beautiful. It's like I don't know, it's just a lot of things, like just, and I do that with music a lot. Like I learn things and then try to use them in my music, and then just like develop and discovering new things.
Which part of England were you in exactly?
I was in Essex. That's when I first came, I was in Hackney, and my mom finally got her own place. We was in Essex for a very long time. It's like outside of London.
Okay. Cool. Is that up north or east?
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
So you have 4 projects that's out: Jungle Boy, Rafa, Longest Day, Shortest Night, and
Winter New York.
Which one did you have the most enjoyable time making?
I would say Jungle Boy. Mm-hmm. Just for the simple fact, I literally like recorded that whole thing in one day, and then posted it that night. Like it was like really unexpected, but like
you just got all your emotions out and just gave it to the people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was just like I pull up to my friend Six Press, his crib, and then just recorded the whole thing and dropped it that same night.
Yo, shout out to Six Press. I looked him up on SoundCloud too, and I like his production. I went out his Bandcamp.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Like top 10 producers in New York. Like he's up there. Like he's just on something else. Like his mind works the right way.
Yeah, man. It's just like I was listening to it. It's because I've been like dabbling with producing this summer, and like I just enjoy just taking good loops and just like, I don't know, just playing with loops, and the way he does it, I'm like, damn, I'm trying to not emulate that. I don't want to bite anybody, but like that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, facts.
That's what I want to do, and like it sounds really dope.
And like everything like he knows is basically self-taught. Like he did it all himself, which I respect so much, because like you could tell his music is like his beats, his lyrics are all like a true reflection of himself. Which is like the best thing I feel like an artist could really want.
That's what hip hop is lacking right now: is authenticity and realness.
Yeah,
it's all lean and dicks off of Harambe and shooting guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking out your time to have this conversation. Where can people reach out to you and find your music?
Yeah, people could like, they could get me on Instagram, Mike Likes Rap, or SoundCloud, T6 Mike with 2 E's. And what else can they catch me on, bro? You can catch me in the streets, to be honest. Like,
I'll make sure to tell everyone in Iowa, just go to the Bronx. No one's going there, but Mike will be there.
Exactly. Come check me out.
Check out Mike. Yo, thank you, man. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
With everything, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude.